I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you're a regular visitor here. And if you're new here, welcome to you. And I'd love it if you could subscribe. And if you are born under the sign of Cancer, or your rising sign, also known as the ascendant, is Cancer, welcome to you, because this is your heads up for all the astrological energies you need to know for the month of January 2023. So let's see, how are you doing, Cancer? How was Christmas? How's New Year? How's it all kind of like unfolding? Because you've got and had Mars in your 12th house Gemini for some time. In fact, since August, and retrograde since October the 22nd. This has been quite tough going on you, your inner you, your psyche, your ability to take your time to think things through, because this has made you feel very restricted. Now I'll explain why. Because Gemini is your 12th house, this is the part of you where you can feel restricted, imprisoned. It's the house where we can even feel depressed at times, or just unclear about things. And with Mars here, you see, Gemini is about thought and communication. So, you know, normally Cancer, you're good at doing a bit of inner reflection, going in and just kind of, you know, looking at yourself and seeing if you can learn and grow and develop from whatever life deals you. Now, Mars here has, on one level, speeded that process up. You really wanted to sort of know yourself well and better. But I think what it's also done is it's caused lots of frustrations, lots of feelings of, I don't understand, and why is this happening? And what's this about? And what's it mean to me? And especially whilst Mars has been retrograde, it's actually been quite emotionally painful. I think it's pushed you into quite a dark place, Cancer. And so the good news is that on the 12th, Mars finally goes direct. So that's just going to feel like the foot comes off the brake pedal a bit, and you can start feeling a little bit more proactive about how you manage you and your emotions and your psyche. We've also got in your 7th house Capricorn, which of course is the part of your chart to do with your significant relationships. We've got Mercury retrograde. Now, it's been retrograde in this part of your chart since the 29th of December, but on the 18th, it goes direct. Now, this may have brought people back into your life over the Christmas New Year period, because it's kind of reminiscing, it's going back, it's kind of thinking of. So you might have had communications from people that you haven't heard from for years even. So there's that kind of energy with it. And it also, I think, has given you a chance to actually just slow down and talk about the things that are really important to you, to the people that are really important to you in your life. Because that's been quite difficult with that Mars retrograde in your 12th house. So Mercury going direct on the 18th is just going to ease again things. I think it's just going to speed things up a bit for you with communication. Communication is going to flow better with those that are dear to you. Now, we also need to look at the planet Venus. Venus, our goddess of love, of opportunity, of our planet of value, of self-worth, of finance. And Venus, interestingly, is having a retrograde this year, just like Mars has just been doing. And it's having that retrograde, I'll just give you this short heads up, because it's actually going retrograde in Leo. And of course, that's your 2nd house of finance. So it's going to be going retrograde between July the 23rd and September the 4th. That could be super good, just thinking ahead, for your finances, because the longer Venus spends in that house, the better it is for your finances. So just that as a little forward thinking, forward planning. But anyway, on the 3rd of January, Venus moves into your 8th house, Aquarius. It's been in your 7th house, Capricorn, and that's actually helped with relationships over this Christmas period. I think it's really been super helpful to you. In your 8th house, it can see you benefiting from investments or assets or insurance or something that is joint finance. It can even be legacies. So there's something there about money coming back to you, or money perhaps that is owed that will be repaid. Now, it doesn't stay here very long. So I think if you are planning on recouping some money from various sources, that you need to make sure you've done it by the time Venus leaves this part of your chart on the 27th. Before it does that, it will be conjunct Saturn in the 8th house in Aquarius. That's going to help you to contain and look at very seriously how you manage joint finances. This feels like an annual overview for you, an annual overhaul even, where you're going to really sit down and just think, right, this is what I've got. How do I make it last? Or how do I make it grow? So that is that energy. And then, of course, Venus will move into Pisces, which is the part of your chart to do with travel. It's also the part of your chart to do with higher learning. So this might see you actually looking at learning something which really warms your soul, something that you find really interesting and have always had a fascination for, but perhaps have never had the time or the money to actually sort of indulge in, because Venus brings such warmth into this part of your chart. So it's good, it's nice energy. And lastly, the last energy that I want to look at for this month is about my big outer boy Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, the planet of earthquakes, the planet of shocks, the planet of freedom, because on the 22nd of January, it's going direct in Taurus. Now, this is your 11th house, which is about you and the community at large, the people that you see out there, the larger groups, the world in general. It's also about that ability you have to connect to those higher levels of kind of intelligence and energy. And Uranus has been sort of really sluggish here for you whilst it's been retrograde and conjunct the North Node, which is your destiny, because this tells me that there is something that you've been working on that you've really wanted to launch out there into the kind of the ether. And it's just been so difficult to get that going. Really tough for you. Uranus going direct on the 22nd. We'll see it moving away from that North Node, which I think has been restricting you fulfilling your destiny of what you want to do with regards to something that is very personal to you, a personal project that you've been working on. So that is going to make a big difference. So there we go, Cancer. So thank you so much for coming to watch your short heads up January video. And please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.